You've touched on this probably a little bit already, but what then is particularly challenging about mediating commercial disputes, in your experience?
Well, I suppose it's been a few years since I was actually in a room or in rooms for mediations. I'm only kind of seeing it from the very start when the parties are being encouraged to go to mediation, and from the very end where they've either successfully mediated their dispute or they've been unsuccessful and they come back and they want a hearing. But I do remember from my time in practice doing mediations, I think the most challenging thing is, by and large, you're dealing with, if it's in the commercial area, you're dealing with people who kind of know what they want. So it's quite difficult, I think, in those cases to advise the client, because the client, in a lot of those cases, is fairly sophisticated, is fairly certain of what they want, and often fairly firm in their views. So to try to encourage them in a particular route and to persuade them down a particular route can certainly be challenging. But most of them will, when they've heard the thing being explained, and often when it's been explained to them, what the consequences of not resolving are going to be, namely you're going to be embroiled in difficult, lengthy, expensive, long-running litigation. Most people see commercial sense at that stage. But in terms of the challenges, I think they're probably the main challenges. You're dealing with a fairly sophisticated client. Now, often that can be an advantage because they equally can see, well, look, we know exactly, we've been through litigation before, we've been through mediation before, we know exactly what this is all about, we know exactly where we want to get to, and often the lawyer may simply be just one of the tools that they use to get to the particular endpoint that they know they're going to get to or where they actually want to get to.